Hi, I'm Paige, Goddess Brown-Eyed Girl, and welcome to my channel. I'm currently doing Read Around the World Challenge, and that's where you read a book from every country. And I know for different people they have different criteria, and for me, the author has to be from that country and grew up there. And for every 10 books I read, I'll do a video, and this is the first 10. And I started with Canada, and I read Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. Then from Mexico, I read The Murmur of Bees by Sofia Segovia. And this is an emotional book. The ending did make me cry. And it's about Simon Pio, and he was born with a cleft lip. And the circumstances of him being found and the fact that he does have the cleft lip leads to some thinking that he's a demon or evil. But the main family lets this lady, the lady that found him, adopt him, and then he kind of becomes their son. And their son, who's younger, him and Simon Pio basically become brothers. And this is just their story. But there is domestic and child abuse in it, and slight bullying. And there is a lot of symbolism in it, which I loved. And I do think it's literary fiction. And this book, I would recommend reading it in the summer, because it will make you want to be a child again and just run outside and not care about anything. Then for Brazil, I did Maktub by Paulo Coelho. And this one was a disappointment to me, because, well, first, this is a companion to The Alchemist, which is one of my favorite books and one that I recommend everyone read at least once. But this one it was more like wisdom based, I think. For Venezuela, I did Dona Barbara by Romolio Galios. And it's hard to tell what it's about without giving away spoilers, but basically there's two families. It's one big family, and they own a ranching, and then throughout the generations there was a fight and the families split, so they're neighbors. And Dona Barbara married one of the cousins, and she's basically she's evil. She's trying to get all the land, and she's rumored to be a witch, and just like the big villain of the story. And this is another one where the writing, you could picture it. And, picture being there. There is animal cruelty in it, which I don't like that at all, but it did kind of go with the story, with everything that was going on. And there's mentions of rape, and for all the content warnings, I would just look into it. Then for Japan, I did The Lonely Castle in the Mirror by Mizuki Tashimura. And this is about a girl that doesn't want to go to school because of bullying. And she's staying at home, and she notices a castle in her mirror, and it's a portal where she goes through, and there's other students who also don't want to go to school for whatever reason. And there's a lot to this that I can't really explain without spoilers again, but there's bullying, sexual assault, and suicide mentioned in here, so keep that in mind if you choose to read it. For South Korea, I read Human Acts by Han Kang, and I have a review video up on this, and I'll try and link that. The next one was an even bigger disappointment than Maktub, and it's Poland, Blood of Elves by Andrzej Sapkowski, and this is the first in the Witcher trilogy, and I loved playing the game. I thought I would love the book as the lore and all, but it was the biggest disappointment last year. Then for Sweden, I read And Every Morning the Way Home Gets Longer and Longer by Fredrik Backman. And this is about an older guy that has dementia and his family caring for him and the different things that goes along with it. And I was a little confused while reading it because I thought it was the grandson's point of view, but by the end it's like it was the grandpa's. And if Fredrik Backman was trying to make it seem we were in the grandpa's mind with dementia, then he did a good job. But if not, then I was a little confused. And the last one was the United Kingdom, and I did Sly's Mariner by George Eliot. And this is a classic, considered a classic, and this is about an old Meisner that finds a little girl and raises her, and different stuff that happens. And again, I would look into content warning. This is another classic that if you're just getting into, I'd recommend because it's not long and it's easy to read. And the last